This mid-morning, let's answer a question, or let's explore a question from Reddit. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi. This is the Lama you are looking for. This morning, we could chant and meditate and enjoy a lesson or two. But first, if you love Star Wars and you wish to meditate as profoundly as Ahsoka Tano on Lothal, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. If at any time during this morning's live stream you have a question about meditation or philosophy or even chanting, there is no need to be shy. Simply type your question in the chat window on the right, in great detail, on the right-hand side of the screen. Well, you know, this is a really good question, so I'm going to hit it real quick and share it with my friends on TikTok. Please bear with me. This could take a minute or two.
Bismuth has a low melting point of 271 degrees Celsius. Bismuth, like
Again, I've been asked about ego death, and if I just still the mind enough, will my ego die, just roll over in its back and die like an expired cockroach? What we call ego, which is really a shortcut, is our primary, primal survival impulses. So the impulse to shove and reach and cling and vie in terms of procreation and anything that supports procreation. Now, if you're as nerdy as me, and way back about 20 years ago you might have seen the movie Serenity, then you know what happens if people repress those primary survival functions. Meditation will not do that. What meditation does, when done properly, is helps us to be aware of our impulses and to make peace with our impulses without being controlled by them. One moment, please bear with me. Almost done with this chore, and I can devote my time to my friends on YouTube. Bear with me. All right, thank you so much for your patience. I've covered this now, unless there are any other questions. We can now move on. Before we hit the this morning's chanting, I'm gonna subject you to an entire minute of housekeeping. It is my intention to broadcast not one, not two, not three, but four meditation classes every day. None of them have ads. With your help, this channel could help support the next generation of nuns, monks, yogis, lamas, and even brick-and-mortar meditation centers, each replete with a resident teacher and their apprentice. If this speaks to you, that sounds like a good idea. You're welcome to help out even for as little as the cost of 1 cup of coffee a month. Just use your smartphone's camera to capture this QR code, or simply use one of the donation links in the description area below the video. And now, let's chant. Our preliminary practice, or ngondro, we're going to use it to strengthen the neural pathways for empathy and enthusiasm through the method of chanting the recitations of bodhicitta and refuge. May I liberate all beings from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging by relying on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students. May I liberate all beings from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging by relying on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students. May I liberate all beings from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging by relying on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students. Let us train in bliss and letting go, also known as Anu Yoga, by chanting the Heart Sutra in a distinctly percussive manner. We're going to hold our hands before our navel and clap softly on each syllable. The noble Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, while practicing the deep practice of Prajnaparamita, looked upon the 5 skandhas and seeing they were empty of self-existence, said, "Here, Shariputra, form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not separate from form, form is not separate from emptiness. Whatever is form is emptiness. Whatever is emptiness is form. The same holds for sensation and perception, memory and consciousness. And by way of experiment, we can clap our hands in front of our chest. Here, Shariputra, all dharmas are defined by emptiness, not by birth or destruction, purity or defilement, completeness or deficiency. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no sensation, no perception, no memory, and no consciousness. No eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, and no mind. No shape, no sound, no smell, no taste, no feeling, and no thought. No sense, no element of perceptions from eye to conceptual consciousness. Let's hit page layout and reduce that to a 0 and make sure that the line spacing is single and see if that doesn't work better. Apparently not. Okay. I'm going to take a moment to verify. Oops, wrong button. That. Wow, things are just going wild. Let's hit 9. That's not going well. What's going on here? Oh, did I minimize it accidentally? Is that what happened? Well, I'm having some problems here. Bear with me. I'll hit cancel. And I'll hit 8. And then I will hit 9. And we'll try sadhana. And see if... Really having some difficulties here. Please bear with me. Okay. Okay, that's the problem. Well, that is just weird. Okay, let's open it up again. Let's go to core and easy proto zen and this month and today. Okay. Phew! Okay, that was very exciting. Okay, here we go. No causal link from consciousness to old age and death. No end of causal link from consciousness to old age and death. No suffering, no source, no relief, no path. No knowledge, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore Shariputra without attainment. Bodhisattvas take refuge in Prajna Paramita and live without the wall of the mind. Without walls of the mind and thus without fears, they see through delusions and finally nirvana. All Buddhas past, present and future also take refuge in Prajna Paramita and realize unexcelled perfect enlightenment. You should therefore know the great mantra of Prajna Paramita, the mantra of great magic, the unexcelled mantra, the mantra equal to the unequaled, which heals all suffering and is true, not false. The mantra in Prajna Paramita is spoken thus: Gate, gate, para, san, gate, bodhiswaha. Well, it's very invigorating. And this aspect of preliminary practices we're going to play with could be described as vipassana. We're going to begin our contemplation of stress using the rhetorical question, how could hating feel stressful? How could craving feel stressful? How could vying feel stressful? How could clinging feel stressful? Having contemplated the poignancy of stress, we can now contemplate the compassionate desire to soothe all beings' stress. During the in-breath, we recite the first half of we silently and mentally recite all beings' stress. And during the exhalation, we silently and mentally recite the compassionate intention, may I soothe. Whoops, wrong button. Let us use a rhetorical question to contemplate impermanence, that we might better let go. Let us play with a third rhetorical question, that we might contemplate not self, that we may better let go. having completed our contemplation of love and letting go, I feel like I should put something there. So please bear with me while I fetch a document. Please bear with me. Hopefully it'll be but a tick. Okay, good. And now we turn our attention to awareness and letting go, which is also known as great completion stage. As we breathe in, we mentally recite notice this. As we breathe out, we mentally recite accepting, while we physically relax and mentally release. Hello, Franklin. Welcome aboard. As we breathe in, let us silently and mentally recite, notice this. As we relax and release during our exhalation, let's mentally recite, accepting. All right, so I'm going to see if I can't try something fancy here. I'm going to tap button 8. Well, that doesn't seem to be doing it. Okay, so here we go, and here we go. And then let's go to 8. There we go. So, Frank was asking or explaining that he's trying to find balance in life in general. And perhaps I can help with that. Neuroscience has much to teach us about balance and about meditation. So when we consider our central nervous system, specifically our spinal cord, in the region of our rib cage, the spinal cord contains the sympathetic nervous system. Whenever we breathe in, we are already wired to notice things. Not to concentrate on things, because that's rigid, but to notice things in a very vulnerable, visceral, flexible, random way. Like the way your cat acts when you make a loud noise. When we look at the portion of the spinal cord in the lumbar spine and in the cervical spine, it contains the parasympathetic nervous system. Every time we exhale, we are already wired for physical relaxation and mental release. When we play with it for as little as 5 minutes every 12 hours, when we meditate effectively, we cultivate a centered spontaneity. So instead of being completely scattered or completely contrived, we can find the middle ground of centered spontaneity. That's where the magic happens. And that's what I wish for you. So I quick like a bunny. I'm going to tap button 9. And hopefully that'll take us back to... there we go. So we can access the benefits of our sympathetic nervous system during our inhalation by silently and mentally reciting, notice this. And we can more successfully relax into, we can more successfully physically relax and mentally release into acceptance during our exhalation as we mentally and silently recite accepting. It also helps when sitting to find a comfortable posture, and during your in-breath to sit up tall as you can, while keeping your scapula not closed but open. We don't do that by playing with the muscles here. We do that by playing with our posture and finding the articulation of our scapula. For some reason, that helps. In Buddhism, that's called the 7-point posture of Vajrayana. And it's also practiced in Chinese Taoism as well. You are utterly welcome, my friend. So here's the great irony about centered spontaneity. When we ask, am I in centered spontaneity? Then we aren't. When we are just in the flow state, then we are. Now, the flow state isn't scattered, it's centered. So when we breathe in and mentally recite, notice this, just as we can feel our air coalesce within our lungs, that's being very centered. When we relax into our exhalation, that's when we can be very spontaneous. Welcome to this morning's live stream. When you have questions about meditation or philosophy, type them in great detail in the chat window. Welcome to the live stream. If you have any questions about meditation or philosophy, type them in great detail in the chat window. Let us seal our meditation with some chanting. Beginning with personal enlightenment and universal liberation. May I, like the Buddha, master the Eightfold Path as well as liberate others. And now the kindness of ethics, or the ethics of kindness. May all beings practice of kind communication, conduct, and calmness, spontaneous and uncontrived. Let us contemplate impermanence. May each being take auspicious rebirth, master the Buddha's path, and then help all others do likewise. And let's conclude with the 4 immeasurables. May everyone be free from stress, may everyone be happy. May no one be separated from the happiness. May everyone have balance from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging freed. If you feel that I have earned it, type something in the chat window, give this live stream a thumbs up, and share it on social media. In approximately 3 hours, I would very much like to return for this afternoon's meditation. Until then, may you and yours be happy and healthy. And if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.